finally decided we're going to launch ourselves because bigger companies are not interested to lower the costs of communications. So and to finance that, we decided to establish the Futera token. It initially was called the InnoCoin, but we had to stop because of the corona, and someone else took the name after that. So we into 2021 we started again work on our coin and token, and we named it the Futera. Futera means future in the language of Central Europe, Slovakia in particular. So that's the background. We also have in the room with us today Abdulrahman Mutwalli. Abdulrahman is the head of the Futira launch project. Muhammad Yusri is in charge of the technical side of things. He, is the main man on the wireless communications and on the mobile communications, as well as he's a partner, as I said. We also have Hani Habeshi. Hani is a real estate magnate from Georgia, the Republic of Georgia, and he's a partner in Futera as well. There's a lot of founders and a lot of partners that helped establish Futera.
That's great to hear about it. We have a lot of issues in connection problems, so that's great for your project and very charmed to know about your team, hardworking team. That's great. Now I will move towards my second question of the first segment, that is, please tell us about your project Futira. What were the initial thoughts and motives behind this project?
As I said, when we started the 4G movement, my company had V2 Power on it in the early days. My company YLAN in Canada, and we did a lot of work and tried to make the WiMAX to be the cheaper version of 4G. We established it in 2004, and the idea was use WiMAX outside and Wi-Fi inside, very much like we do now with LTE outside and 5G outside and Wi-Fi inside. But unfortunately, for political reasons, it failed, and we got into LTE, and it still is expensive, and will never with LTE or 5G as it is rolling out right now, it will not get into the poorer countries, unfortunately. So we decided that we're going to reintroduce our vision of lower cost 4G together with Wi-Fi, and on top of that, blockchain. Blockchain is to decentralize the central office. The lowest cost central office is $500,000, and if you can imagine, there's only 10, 20,000 people that this the central office can reach. You'll never recover your money in Africa or in poorer countries. So we've built a technology or built a system based on blockchain, Wi-Fi, and higher tower 4Gs that higher tower 4G systems that can cover these countries very effectively.
Okay, great. So I will move towards my third question, that is, future Futira is looking stronger as compared to other projects. My question is, which features of your project will attract more investors and players towards your project?
Which what? Sorry, I missed the first word. Which?
Hello?
Yeah, I missed. You said which what? I didn't
Which
hear that.
features, which
Oh,
features,
okay.
killer features of your project?
Okay. Number one, we plan to give a very sweet offer. Now, the token is a utility token. It will be the means of holding credit on our mobile networks. So let's say someone in Chad, and their currency there is called the franc CFA. So if they have a thousand franc CFA and go to our distributor and say, I want to put 1,000 franc CFA credit on my phone, they will get a thousand franc CFA, but it will show how many Futera that minute that user bought. So let's say he bought 100 Futera. If Futera goes up, his credit will go up. If Futera goes down, his credit will not go down. So we're giving him a guarantee because in reality, for pay as you go, we took the money as soon as he paid it. So we've used the money and we're happy with that. So we give him that guarantee. This feature is going to encourage the users, and we intend to have over 400 million users. This will encourage the users to put more and more credit onto the network. So this way we will get more, you know, the, and number two, he doesn't care what he bought it at because we give him this guarantee. So he will just buy the Futera. He will not ask about its price. He will just buy it. So the more networks we build, the more users, the more demand. Futera goes up. We can raise more money, build more networks. So it's a beautiful, wheel that will keep going in, with the help. Now, of course, in the early days, we need regular investors, and regular investors now they hopefully will invest with us because they believe in this vision. They believe that the future is in Africa and in these countries. That we have 3 billion users we can reach with this technology.
Okay, my fourth question is about the roadmap. What are your aims in next 2 years according to your roadmap? What if I ask you, what is the ultimate goal of Futira?
So I'll start from the ultimate goal and then go back to Phil. we want
Okay,
within
you can.
3 years we want within 3 years to be the largest operator in the world with numbers. So that's where we're heading. How we will get there is one country at a time, and we've already got our equipment in Chad. We are going to launch in the next 2 months or so. Then we have Mauritania right after it. Niger, Mali, or as they like to say Niger, Mali, and northern Nigeria are next. And also, we're cooperating with existing operators. We don't view ourselves as competitors to existing operators. We're filling the gaps they've left. So in every country in the world there is mobile services, but it's only in one or two cities. We want to cover the rest of the countries. We want to reach the rest of the population. So that the plan over the next 2 years is to get into Chad, Mauritania, Pakistan, Malaysia, and of course the remote areas of Malaysia. Malaysia is very advanced otherwise, and get into financial services as well. All these countries, because they don't have communications, don't have banking systems to cover these populations. They are unbanked. So we want to provide banking services to these people. So that's our vision for the next 2 years.
Okay, it's great. So, my last question for the first segment is, why did you choose Africa to focus Futira's initial effort on?
It's an interesting question. It's the most needy continent. There is close to 1 billion people out of Africa, which is about 54, 56% of the population that don't have any means of communications, wireless communications or wired communications. So, it's a big need. That's number one. Number two, it is the future. The whole world is focusing on Africa. It is the future. It has a lot of resources. It's a rich continent. It's not a poor continent. And if we can unlock these riches, we can do very well for ourselves, for our investors, and for Africa.
Okay, great. So, we are done with our today's first segment of the AMA, that was introductory questions. Now it's time for our last segment of the AMA. My community will question live from you. I will unmute members one by one. They will ask questions from you. Are you ready for
Great.
it?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay. Hello everyone. Please raise your hands. Crypto Lab community, raise your hands so I will unmute. Okay, I am going to unmute Mr. Bitcoin. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, sir. I'm audible.
Hello.
I'm audible, sir.
Sorry,
Am I audible?
I don't understand. Sorry.
Hello.
He's saying, can you hear me?
Okay.
Uh,
Please listen a
yes.
question from
Please,
my
pl-
side.
please, please, please ask your question, Mr. Bitcoin.
Ji, ji. I'm excited to know that you are planning to launch your system in Pakistan. Are you confident about the fact that it would get more attention of the people, even you know it's a developing country? Would it afford this heavy system? Hello, sir.
Yes, hello. I didn't get the question. I understand. I'm aware, yes. We are targeting Pakistan because we think it's, again, a lot of potential, big population, and lots of needy areas for communications.
Hello, Mr. Bitcoin. Did you get your answer?
Yes, yes, I have gotten my. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you so much. So we will move towards our next member, which is Tohib Khan. I have unmuted him. Please ask your question, Tohib Khan.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes,
All right, perfect. So, how you doing so far, sir?
very good. Thank you very much.
All right, perfect. So, my question is that every player can rent their heroes to their other player as a way to earn money within your game, okay? So, could you perhaps elaborate on your hero renting system terms and condition? And will the hero owners, through the coin, decide to rental fee as well? And how long can you rent a hero for?
I really don't understand the question.
Oh, I'm going to repeat that for you. Okay? Like every player can rent their heroes to other players as a way to earn money within your game. Okay, so could you perhaps elaborate on your hero renting system and conditions, term and condition? Okay, and will the hero owner or Futa coin decide on the rental fee? How long can you rent a hero for?
We're not really a game. We're a token that is a utility token to build a phone network. So we don't have characters and heroes and so on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we have our next member, Romesa. Please, Romesa, unmute yourself and ask your question. Hello, Romesa.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Very good. Thank you very much. Yourself?
My name is Rumesa. Sir, my question is that after seeing the roadmap, your project vision is very good. What marketing strategies do you have planned to increase the validity of your brand? And are you planning a strategic partnership to level up your brand?
Okay, so there is two sides to your question, and I will try to answer both. So there is of course the brand of the coin or the token, and for that we are starting with these AMA sessions, and we're following up with a major launch campaign over the next 3 weeks up to 2 months. We expect to be, holding a lot of events around the world and increasing the awareness substantially. We're working on communities. We're working on the Pakistani community. We're working on the Indian community, on the Chinese community, and of course the Arab community. And I forgot to mention, of course, one of the reasons we chose Africa is we are Africans, initially. So that's on the Futira side, and it is already starting to show its effects. Now the second is for the network itself, and the network is word of mouth. Really, is more than sufficient in all these countries. You can imagine when they don't have communications, and suddenly there is a 100-meter communications tower, you know, everybody will know what it's about. And we are involving the communities with our network because we're using a lot of Wi-Fi. If someone installs a Wi-Fi router and our routers talk to other routers, meaning we spread the internet wirelessly, people will be part of our network. They will get credit for our use of their facilities. We will provide the electricity, we'll provide extra electricity so that they can charge their phones and do other things. So there is a lot of community work, around the service that we're doing. So there is, the word of mouth in Africa and in other countries will be the key element of our success.
Okay, so our next member will be Zan. Please unmute yourself and ask your question, Zan.
Hi everyone, how are you doing?
Great, thank you very much. I hope you're doing well too.
Can I ask my question?
Go ahead, please.
As Futira coin is starting its mission in Africa, and African youth is very passionate about cryptocurrencies, have you taken any measures to incentivize African population to invest in this project?
Oh, absolutely. We number one, we work with the governments in the countries we're in, and number two, we are in negotiations with the entire African Union to do work on the continent level. So, by all means, yes, we're doing a lot of work on the governmental side because that you've got to start from there. And then once we secure that, we are going to move very, very quickly with an aggressive campaign to get awareness amongst the user community. Nigeria is very big in crypto, so we're as we launch our services there in the next 6 months, we of course will engage that community. Next question, please. Hello.
Next question, I would like to unmute Noor. Noor, please unmute yourself.
Hello,
Yes. Salam alaikum. Hello.
how are you, sir?
Very good. Thank you very much. Yourself?
Okay, my question is Futera has many partnerships with many token projects, especially gaming. What motivated you to partner with these projects?
Uh, could you ask again, please? I missed part of the question.
Yeah, Futera has many partnerships with many token projects, especially gaming projects. What motivated you to partner with these projects?
Well, we don't have really many partnerships with gaming projects, and right now we are actually in negotiations with many tokens and many projects, but not really with gaming ones. We want to come out as a serious, and not that I'm saying gaming is not serious, but we want to go into Africa with education, with health services, with banking. So, we're staying away from gaming for the time being because we want to, first, construct a constructive service and then, introduce gaming into Africa. But initially, we'll focus on the healthcare and the education services.
Okay, so it was last question, and now we are done with our today's AMA session. So you described everything in detail. Thank you so much for being with us.
No, thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity to address your group.
Yes,
It was very interesting.
Okay, any last words you want to share with my community and paste your all links in my community so they can join your social handles.
I'm very appreciative of the opportunity to talk to you all, and we're just we compressed our program. We should have taken 2 years to launch our coin. We've really taken only less than 6 months. The reason for that is the dire need, and we feel that others are trying to do things in Africa that are not really in the best interest of Africans. So we've moved fast. So excuse us for the rush in doing things, but it's needed. And we really, are trying to do something very healthy. We believed in this for the last 30 years, and we've decided to do it ourselves because two times before with the Wi-Fi and then with the WiMAX, we failed to get traction on the ground. So if you want to do something right, you've got to do it yourself. So that's what we're doing now, and God willing, within the next 3 years, we'll be everywhere in the world. This will be a reverse invasion because, as I said, we're involving the community. Very much like blockchain is people's revolution into financing and so on. We are people's revolution into communications. At the end of this revolution, everybody will be part owner of the communications network. So please join the movement, and let's end the monopoly of operators in the right way. They will make more money with this vision, but we will all make money and we will all share in the profits. So let's do this together, and I wish you all success in your endeavors, and it was great talking to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was very informative session with you. So thank you so much for joining us today. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, and I apologize for the problems at the beginning.
No problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.